earlier today, before the president signed the executive order, I spoke to one Republican lawmaker about the immigration legislation. Joining me now is Representative Kevin Brady, Republican from Texas, chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. Congressman Brady, welcome to the program.
Lauren, thanks for having me.
Speaker Paul Ryan says the House is going to vote on legislation tomorrow to keep families together. I've been covering this story on the ground with Border Patrol in Laredo, Texas, and in Mexico. What is the likelihood this will pass? And if it doesn't, what's your plan B?
So I'm pretty optimistic about it, and here's why. It really solves the problem in the right way. One, it closes the back door of illegal immigration and begins to fix the front door of legal immigration, including making sure that families stay together as their cases are being heard. Obviously, closing that back door is important because we've had a humanitarian crisis on the borders where families are enduring long and dangerous travels, human smuggling, sex trafficking, allowing our young people and young girls to be sexually abused on these trips. And so securing the back door or closing that back door of illegal immigration, but more importantly, keeping families together and finding a good, fair solution for the DACA dreamers, that's what this bill is all about. And I think it's a very good common ground, balanced bill.
When I was in Mexico with these young families and women, the talks about domestic abuse, violence, gang rape, human trafficking was all that I heard. Now, last night you were meeting with President Trump. What was discussed?
He strongly supports the Common Ground bill because it does build the wall, it does provide security against human trafficking, drug trafficking, sex trafficking at the border, but it really, in a humanitarian way, finds a good path forward for the DACA, the young people who were brought here, you know, really through no choice of their own. It makes sure the families can stay together while these cases are being heard at the border, and it ends catch and release with, frankly, no one supports at all anymore. And so I think this is a good balance. The president was very clear. He's 1,000% behind this common ground proposal, and so am I.
But last time we went around this merry-go-round, we didn't get anything passed. Why are you optimistic that it will happen now?
Well, I am, because this came from the grassroots. You know, the old Senate immigration bill was, you know, really a poorly thought out bill and had really little support from any ground. I know President Obama didn't even offer an immigration bill during the time he had the House and Senate as well. So here we are for the first time in decades with a real common sense solution that's strong on border security, fair for the DACA dreamers, and for us, for our community. In our parish, St. Simon's and Jude Catholic Church in the Woodlands, Texas, we really believe keeping families together is the right approach. This bill achieves that.
Before we let you go, another topic that is just a crisis in America is the opioid crisis. Legislation is on the floor for that. Why is it so important to bring this fight to Capitol Hill?
If you care about lives and you are trying to stop ruined lives, the opioid crisis has to be addressed. And we are doing this in a big way. And many of these are bipartisan bills. There are dozens of them, including some key ones to stop smuggling of fentanyl and these opioids in the United States through the mail as well. In the approach, just very briefly, it focuses on prevention of overprescribing. It focuses on education for the patient and those who give out the opioids. But as importantly, it gives access to treatment to those who are really impacted and addicted here. So I think it's a very, again, very smart, very bipartisan. I think this can save literally hundreds of lives a day in America.
Congressman Kevin Brady, chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Lauren.